Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. This is Tal Lit. You guys, tonight we're going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, or we're going to just talk about one particular clip that we all seen. If you haven't seen, let me tell you about it. Okay, this clip is with Lunel, or Lunel, however she pronounces her name, and Stormy. Stormy, as we saw in the preview of the up and coming season that has already started, you guys. But as we've seen, Stormy has been kind of going around, talking to people here and there about Martell's arrest that we heard about, I don't know how long ago. But she's trying to get everyone's input. So she brings this conversation to Linnell. She asks Linnell, what does she think about it? And Linnell, she says, I don't agree with it. She says she does not agree with it because, anything, with the black man being arrested, she felt like it could have been a conversation, before it got to this point or whatever. And she also said, to bring down a black family. She brought African Americans into it. You guys, I'm so sick of this. I'm sick of this, whatever. And the reason why I'm sick of it is because I'm so sick of us women, black women, and women of all races. I'm tired of us taking up for these men. I'm tired of us taking up for these men because, as we have seen, these men don't take up for us. I understand Lunel is friends with Martell, and she's also friends with Melody. And in my opinion, because she's a woman, she should be able to relate to Mel. Now, she goes into saying how, how it could have been a conversation or whatever. And then she kind of backpedals and pussy pops a little bit. And she says, well, you would have to be in that person's shoes to kind of understand what they're going through and why they did what they did. Okay, all right. But you know what? I'm not going to give you too much credit on backpedaling and pussy popping. I'm going to be honest with you, Linnell. I mean, I'm going to need you to be either one way or the other way. Because Martell has been getting a pass on Love and Marriage Huntsville since the conception of the show, in my opinion. Y'all, everything I do say in this video is my very own opinion, my thoughts, and it is what it is. And it's alleged. I have not yet watched the full episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I will be giving you guys a review on it. But I definitely want to point out Linnell, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was actually rooting for Linnell, hoping that she would have came and brought a different energy from what we've seen of all the females on the cast. It's to the point, you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm almost wishing Tiffany had not left the show. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know a lot of people may not agree with me on that, but I kind of wish Tiffany still stayed on the show or whatever, because it seems like, and my question, and you guys drop down in the comments, let me know what you think. It seems like every woman that comes on this show is gunning for Mel. Like, they get to a point where they become totally against her. And my thing is, I wonder why. Like, what is it? Like, is there something we're missing? Is there something we don't know? Is Mel doing something to these women that we don't know about? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. First off, I really thought it was just pure jealousy, right? But to have Stormy, Destiny, Letitia, Kimmy all come up against her, and for what? Like, why is everybody on Martell's bandwagon? Why is everybody just sitting here, taking up for Martell? I don't get it. I don't get it. And you guys, if y'all got some inside information or your thoughts or your views on it, y'all please drop down in the comments and let me know, because I'm baffled at this point. I really, really am. Because I just don't see how any woman could honestly have any information about what Melody has gone through, whether you're on the show or not, and still be capping for Martell. I don't get it. You guys, we've seen it with Kimmy. You know, Kimmy, regardless of what, Martell probably could have went in there, Lord forbid, I'm just saying, but committed a mass murder. And she would probably still to this day say, but Martell is a good guy. Like, she will always say that. She even told Melody. And she said, I'm still going to say that about Martell. And then, you guys, I want to talk about his mom, Miss Marlene. Miss Marlene, I know that's your son. And, of course, we're going to love our kids through their good and their bad. But at the same time, you got to have some positive influence in your child's life. And I just don't see that you've given that to him. You've given him a pass. You've given him a pacifier. You coddled him. We all know that his grandmother raised him. He said it on the show because, Miss Marlene had to work or whatever. Seemed like Miss Marlene had to work. Miss Marlene had to go to the juke joint. Miss Marlene had to go and get herself together. And we seen that with Miss Marlene. She gives off that energy, right? And just to piggyback on Miss Marlene and me bringing her up in the conversation, and I'm sorry for the silence, you guys, but I just want to get my thoughts together. But we haven't seen much of Miss Marlene, right? It seems like she has made a conscious effort really not to be on the show, right? Okay, or maybe they just didn't want to film her on the show. But when she comes on the show, it's almost like they're having a teachable moment, as if Martell is trying to teach and coach her in what to say and how to say it. And this is honestly just my opinion. I think he uses whomever, however he wants to use them. And if they don't do it the way that he wants them to do it, then he's mad. We've seen him get upset with his mom. We've seen him get upset with his mom. Of course, we've seen him get upset with a lot of the moms on the show. Disrespectful as hell. But season after season, Martell is still there, right? And you got all these women capping for him. Okay, right? And the fact that Martell uses his mom just to try to make him look good, just to try to get someone else's point of view against Melody. You guys, Martell, and we all know it. Everybody who has eyes and ears and common sense, we know. We see it. We see how he uses her or whatever. And it's just crazy to me. It's really crazy to me. And it also makes me think of this as well. You guys, Martell wanted Mel to stay with him, or at least thought she would stay with him, through all his cheating, through all his baby mamas, through all his infidelities, through all of his late night gym workouts. He really expected for her to stay with her. And of course, we've all said it and we see it or whatever, which I'm not about to say anything that or hasn't already been said, but it's so obvious. The only reason why he's still with Coleslaw, you guys, is simply because Coleslaw gonna stay with him. That's her man. She gonna stand beside him. It don't matter who Martell is with. It doesn't matter how many other women he's with. At least as long as he comes home at least once in, I don't know, a month or a few weeks or a few months, I don't know. Just as long as he comes to see about her and brings her some Skittles and whatever, she gonna stand beside that man. She gonna stand beside that man. There's nothing that's gonna change her mind, y'all. The only thing that's gonna change, nothing's gonna change her mind. And that's why Martell keeps her right there. I see a lot of stuff online, in social media about, a lot of a lot of people don't understand why Mel is coming down so hard on Martell. I don't understand why they don't see it. And I'm not about to sit here and try to convince them to see it. See what you want. See whatever you want to see. But I'm going to say I'm damn sure happy that Mel is sticking it to his ass, making an example out of him. Because, like I said, women have been for so long covering for these men and their lack in their behavior, in their actions, in everything, in their finances, just covering up for these Negroes, these men. And it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Indian, Asian, whatever you are. It's some shitty motherfuckers out here. And I'm all for Mel exposing his ass for everything that he does. Now, the thing is, Martell is just dumb. We all know Martell is just very, very dumb. He's dumb to the point where he does things and doesn't realize there's consequences. He does things illegally. We all know about the ATM robberies that he did. We all know about the revenge P that he's tried to do. We know, and those are just some things that we know about, or that I know about, that he's done. No one ever held him accountable. Mel, keep your foot on his neck. Please do. Because in 10 or 20 years from now, it's going to be another Martell. Hell, not even that long. But it's always a Martell lurking around this motherfucker. And I just want women to be aware. And back to Linnell. Linnell, like I said, I had high hopes for you, Linnell. I really, really did. I had high hopes for you and Chris Fletcher, your husband. But as y'all gonna soon see from just the review of this season, Martell has called you, Linnell, a side chick. And for once, we heard Chris with having some bass in his voice. I think he called Martell motherfucker. Of course, they bleeped it out. But this y'all friend. This y'all friend. This somebody y'all still trying to help out. Because he's a good guy, right? Look. Now, I understand you have 2 sons that you want to protect or whatever. But, so I kind of understand why you said the first part, or whatever you said about, not sending, breaking up a black home and whatever. I kind of understand calling the police, whatever. However, that's an old way of thinking. I think at this point, a lot of women are wising up, and we're tired of trying to cover for these black men who has never, to be honest with you, covered for us. I think your son, Chris Jr., was recently arrested, allegedly, for stealing a credit card and purchasing tires or something, allegedly. I don't know. However, that's still no excuse for giving any man a pass who has done the unthinkable, who's done things that Martell Holt has done. We've seen Martell on the show saying, y'all women need to stop coming for us men, and this and that, because Martell does not want to be held accountable. But it's important to hold these men accountable, because if they're not reprimanded in any kind of way, they're going to think it's okay to continue to do what they do, which is what we see on this show. You guys, And again, we got Stormy. She's bouncing around trying to get tea from this place and that place or whatever. In my opinion, Stormy, you really ain't about that life. Like, if anybody comes up against you, if you don't have Courtney there, or your mama, or some bulldog, protecting you or whatever, you just gonna break down and cry. You just gonna break down and cry or whatever. Girl, whatever. So you guys, if I hadn't asked the question already, what's really going on with the women on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Like, why is all these women so against Melody on this show? Is it because Melody has just, overcame the odds of, her ex-husband being the piece of shit that he has shown us to be? Is it that they could be jealous? Is it that she's more successful than anyone on the cast? Like, what could it be? Would they have preferred, the women on the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, would they have preferred Mel to just take this beat down that came from the demise of her marriage to her then husband? Should she had balled down, fall out, and just laid down for everybody to just walk all over her? Maybe then, had that happened, had she been that weak and was unable to find her footing in all the terribleness that she was put through, would that have made the women on the cast feel better? Because she, instead of falling down, she stood up. She stood up and she rose. She rose to the occasion. She overcame her situation. She was stronger than that situation. Like, did the women just want her to fall down like that so they could all come in and say, oh, well, I helped her out of this. Like, what is it? What is it with the women on Love and Marriage Huntsville? What is it that they have so against Melody? I'm curious. You guys, again, drop down, let me know. Let me know, because I'm just like confused about this. I would think, women would want to see another woman, just rise up and do extraordinary things. After she's went through what she's went through, which a lot of us have gone through, being with these men. Come on, y'all. Come on, Tisha. Come on, Kimmy. Y'all husbands are not stellar. They are not stellar husbands. They're not. They don't get the award for being the best husbands. Not at least from what I can see. Y'all might feel like that, but I don't see that at all. Y'all husbands give y'all the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Yeah. And you guys, speaking of husbands, let's talk about the Destiny situation really, really quick. Destiny, she's back on this show to confront her ex, Moses, and her ex-producer, Sonny Minks. Why? I don't know, because Sonny Minks and Moses, they're now married. You could have just saw them on the streets, Destiny. You could have just, meet them outside. I'm not saying fight or nothing like that or any violence. I'm just saying you could have met them outside, because I don't want to hear about it, because he made his choice and now he's married. But with the same token, Moses and Sonny Minks, y'all dead ass wrong. Y'all foul as hell. Y'all are foul. I don't know how many people gonna get on the bandwagon with y'all. I really don't. But from where I'm looking, where I'm standing, no, I don't agree with you guys at all. And to come back, nah. Nope. But of course, this is what we get. I think some things should be for the Zeus Network or whatever. But here we are. We on the own network, and we got to look at this mess. Okay? You guys, thank you again for tuning in. Please like, comment, And please don't forget to subscribe, you guys. I'm trying to get to 1K. I would love if you guys could help me with that. Y'all have a good night, and I'll be back soon. Bye.